On the right, I have the VRV app, and on the left, I have the Crunchyroll app. For context, earlier this year, Funimation and Crunchyroll finished their merger, which resulted in the deprecation of the VRV app as well as the Funimation one. And were a few things moving to the new Crunchyroll app that have been bothering me for about 4 months. Immediately when I open the app and go into my watch list, I'm greeted by these really, really small images. I don't know who thought it would be a good idea to use these really small static images as opposed to the big episode screenshots we used to have, but I think it was a very bad idea. In the Crunchyroll app, after I click an anime I want to watch, it takes me to this weird intermediate page where I have to click another button to get to the video player. On VRV, it just takes me there immediately. Even clicking as fast as possible, like shown in these clips, I get there about a second faster in VRV. Overall, I'm pretty sad about VRV going away. As much it is anime powering up, really, I think anime has powered down. We've lost High Dive, and the UI just doesn't quite feel the same. Even though there are improvements, I think there are things that Crunchyroll does do better in their UI. Just these small things really annoy me. On the desktop app for Crunchyroll, if I go to show, the see more episodes box is this tiny like scrollable thing. I don't understand why they did it like this. This is like on VRV, I really liked how I was able to go to a show and kind of have a sense of progress and just get to see all the other episodes in this really big, clean UI. And this little box just doesn't really do it for me. I know I can click back to the intermediary page that I dislike so much. It's just annoying having these things be segmented like this. On the bright side, I think both VRV and the Crunchyroll beta are miles better than Amazon Prime Video, which I had to use to watch Made in Abyss. Oh my god, this is just, I mean, Crunchyroll, I had these two small things I really don't like. Oh man, there are so many things to talk about for Amazon Prime Video. I don't even want to get into it. But you know what? I fucking will. I changed my mind. I fucking will get into it. So let's turn off ad block and see how long it takes to get an ad to show up. So let me go to episode 1. Let's go to the end. Next episode. Oh, right there. Look at that. Oh, an ad. Look at that. Isn't that fucking amazing? They show an ad in between episodes of the show you're playing for a different show. Also, the show has nothing to do with the show I'm watching, which I don't understand why you wouldn't just do something simple like if I'm watching an anime. Show me another anime. Like, why? Why do you show this random ass show? If I do it again, do I get another ad? Let's see. So this one, I don't get an ad. The next one, I think I will. Yep. So pretty much every 2 episodes on Prime Video, you'll get an ad. Yep. It's literally every 2, which is just like pretty bad. I also ran into like quality issues, like not buffering issues, but it would randomly go to like 480p. So, and one thing that I dislike just in general, and I think is really not good, the overlay for Prime Video is pretty big and bulky. So you look at these buttons, you look at all the stuff on the screen. If I move the mouse even a little bit, the image quality and everything will change and darken a lot. So normally you could just say, just don't move your mouse, you big dummy. I think is, it's pretty reasonable to say. But the thing is, like, when I hit the next episode button and I start the next and I skip the ad and I come back, my mouse will have moved already, and it takes about 3 to 4 seconds for these overlay to disappear. And in that time, I'm like 4 to 5. Let's say in that time the episode's gonna play, and like 3 to 4 seconds of the episode will be covered up. Also, like the thing that really annoys me is that if I leave my mouse on the next episode button, which is also where the skip ad button is, the overlay does not go away. So I have to move it to the middle of the screen. It's just on Crunchyroll, it's way less intrusive. Like you look at this UI for the overlay, it's super minimal, super duper minimal. I'm pretty sure, I know Verve is also very minimal. Like the whole philosophy of Verve is minimalism. And you look at it, even Verve is a little bit more intrusive. Like Crunchyroll is just so clean. So clean, like hardly any of the images being covered up. The opacity change is super light. Here, it's very aggressive. I don't know if I could quantify this. I probably could if I looked in the CSS, but super aggressive, super annoying. And look here, even right now, you can see that it's in like 480p. I don't know why it's in 480p. Just randomly, the quality goes down, and it's really annoying. And also, like, just looking at the buttons on the screen, it's not well thought out. Like, you go to the options menu, and the only thing in the options menu is video quality, which, by the way, doesn't even change it from 480p or whatever this is to 1080p right now. And this subtitles thing probably should be in the options. This X-ray thing, which I actually kind of like the idea behind their X-ray thing, which shows the cast. But I don't think this is the place in UI to put it, because are you going to pause the video to look at the X-ray? Not really. People aren't really going to do that. And also, right now I'm listening to the Japanese sub. I don't really care about the English speakers if I'm listening to the Japanese sub. Likewise, if I'm listening to some English dub of a show, you don't need to show the Japanese like voice actors either. And not having images for the Japanese voice actors, that's more on IMDb, but it's still, I mean, let me see. I feel like IMDb has images of Maria Ise, right? They actually don't. Wow. I mean, that feels bad, but I mean, I just don't think this is well thought out. Like, this cast button, it looks like a drop down, but I click it and it makes the cast thing pop up, which is the same as view all. So these buttons are all the same. This X-ray button, this view all button, this cast fake drop down, they all do the same thing. So I don't know why we need 3 different buttons that do the same thing here. This text is really big. I don't see why it needs to tell me like the show I'm watching. I know what show I'm watching. Like, I'm not an idiot, you know? Season 1, episode 1 title. I mean, sure, fine. But I just don't think this is the most. This just doesn't feel like a well thought out design for somebody who actually wants to watch a show. This feels more like a design you present somebody, like a product manager will present to their boss, because it seems professional, but it's really not, because it has a lot of stuff going on. It seems like it does a lot, but it's really not doing anything different, anything special compared to the Crunchyroll UI. The only thing different is this cast thing, which I think is cool. I do think is cool, but